So today I'm going to be ranking all the Doctors from Doctor Who from worst to best. Okay, so in last place is the sixth Doctor. I think this one is not good even in the slightest. I think he's very insane almost, especially coming after the fifth Doctor, who's so nice and quiet almost. He was just like a nice person, and then this person's just insane, like he's mad. I think it's very strange, and I think it probably shouldn't have been done. I don't see any reason why they should have done this one, like this kind of approach to it. Yeah, I don't really like the approach they took to this one. It wasn't very good, and I think they could have done it a lot better. Next is the seventh Doctor. So the seventh Doctor was the one after the sixth Doctor, and I can appreciate this one a bit more because I think that they had a good idea of like the Doctor, but they couldn't do it properly because he always seemed to be handling the situation without any problems, so he couldn't build up any like intensity at all, which is sad because it was actually quite a good idea for him. So yeah, another thing I don't like about this Doctor is he's just not like dark at all. He just really tries his best just to not be dark. So yeah, that's one thing I don't like about him. Next would be the Jodie Whittaker Doctor. This one I don't think is as bad as people are saying. It is the first female incarnation, and for the first female incarnation, I don't know if it's good. Like, I think that maybe the actor of Peggy Carter might have done a better justice to her. Anywho, it's not actually. I think it's not really the actor's fault that this series bad. Well, like the two series now. I think it's the showrunner's Chris Chibnall's fault really, because like he made the episodes, and the episodes were the main drawback of the acting of her. Okay, so next is William Hartnell as the first Doctor. I actually like this one a lot. It's a very good performance, I think, especially for a first time, and he brought they like popularized the show, and like it was actually his sickness. He was getting sick near the end of the show, so he kept flubbering his lines and stuff, which obviously isn't his fault. So yeah, and that's why they invented the concept of regeneration. And I think if they hadn't invented that concept, the show probably wouldn't be going till today. So yeah, he definitely brought a lot of stuff to there. He was a bit more grumpy than most Doctors, but that's okay, I didn't mind that. And yeah, he's pretty good. Peter Capaldi's Doctor. This one is good, I think. Not brilliant, but good. I think he's a little grumpy at the first bit, but he gets better later, obviously. But he does actually bring something new to the table after, like, like after David Tennant and Matt Smith were both like cheery and stuff. This guy brings something new to the table, so interesting. Yeah, I thought that was good. One problem I do have with this though is he's a bit grumpy, and he's just a little bit like the episodes are a bit confusing. Though I really like the titles of the episodes. Like in the other ones, like let's say for example Daleks in Manhattan and Evolution of the Daleks. In Daleks in Manhattan, they're in Manhattan, and in Evolution of the Daleks, they're evolving. But in, like, let's say, World Enough in Time for Peter Capaldi, that has nothing to do with that, so I find that funny. Jon Pertwee's Doctor. This one is better. This one is good. Like, I very much enjoyed this one. After coming off the second Doctor, which I thought was really good, obviously it couldn't be credible, but even so, I thought it was just brilliant. Like, his performance, it was very, very good. I thought it was just, like, it was groundbreaking. Like, you think it'd be a really boring season considering he's stuck on Earth, but he somehow makes it good, which I think is very interesting. Next is Peter Davison's Doctor. I really like this one as well. I think he has something new to the table with being just charming and younger, actually, than most Doctors. Him and Matt Smith are youngest. Yeah. So they're the youngest ones, and I think that that Peter Davison being younger had more storytelling possibilities and stuff, which was interesting. One thing I didn't like about this incarnation was he was a little bit, like, dumb, is all. He wasn't, like, incredibly, but yeah. Anyway. Next is Patrick Troughton. Patrick Troughton is a really, really good Doctor. He's one of my favourite classic Doctors, and I think that he's definitely brings something interesting to the role. I think that he is really good. I think that he's definitely an improvement over the first Doctor, being less grumpy and being more action-packed, actually, his episodes. A lot of his episodes I really like, and yeah, that's all I really have to say about that guy. Next is Tom Baker. Now, a lot of people like Tom Baker the most, and I can see that if they grow up with like classic Who. I didn't. I grew up with the new Who, so I obviously don't like him as much. But he's definitely the best of the classic Doctors. I've only actually seen fully 2 of his stories. I've seen The Hand of Fear and The Talons of Wing Chiang. I'm also planning on watching the Genesis of the Daleks soon, if I can find it on DVD somewhere. But yeah, I thought it was those episodes were both good. Well, Wing Chiang was a bit slow, but even so, I thought it was good. Yeah, is Christopher Eccleston. Christopher Eccleston is really good. He brought back Who from the dead, almost as big as a task as William Hartnell's task, which I think is interesting. And I think he brought it back really well. The only problem I have with this guy is that he's just, you know, he didn't do it for long enough, I think, and I think he just didn't do it for long enough is the main problem, and he only did it for a season, and I don't think that's really fair on the character, because it could have been developed a lot more considering he's just out of the Time War. In second place is Matt Smith. Matt Smith is a really good Doctor. He is probably, like, I never used to like him as much because I thought he was too silly, but I can kind of appreciate that. And his character and stuff is interesting. The Time of the Doctor is my favourite Doctor. Sorry, not the Time of the Doctor. The Day of the Doctor is my favourite Doctor Who episode ever. It's not my favourite season ever. The seasons that's in it. That's one of the David Tennant ones, but it is my favourite episode ever in general, and it definitely deserves to be my favourite episode because it's really good. It brings all of them together. And he also has some good episodes where he's just on his own, like, I don't know, Victory of the Daleks wasn't very good, actually. Asylum of the Daleks wasn't very good either. Okay, he didn't have that many good episodes with Daleks, but he has loads of good Cybermen episodes and stuff. In first place is David Tennant. Now, for most people's favourite Doctor, it's either David Tennant or Tom Baker, and for me it's David Tennant, because I think he is the best Doctor. He's the one I watched first, well, kind of first. I watched the first few episodes of Christopher Eccleston, then I stopped. Then I watched The Centauran Stratagem and The Poison Sky, and then I continued from there in his years. So yeah, he is my favourite season of all time, which is the 4th season, because it contains loads of my favourite episodes. You know, you got Journey's End, the entire story is really good. End of Time is pretty good. Yeah, there's a few more as well in there, but I can't name them off the top of my head. And he also contains season 3, which I have some really nice episodes in there, like the Utopia, Son of Drums, and Last of the Time Lords. Very good. Definitely recommend. There's Evolution of Daleks and Daleks in Manhattan that I like more than most people do, because I think it is good. And yeah, and he also, in season 2, he has Doomsday and Army of Ghosts, both very good as well. Yeah, and he also has, The Girl in the Fireplace, which is also really good, and very, very good. Okay, so that was my ranking of all the Doctor Who's, or Doctors. Thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe, bye.